Summer Olympics coming back to the United States today. The International Olympic Committee said Los Angeles and Paris will get the 2024 and 2028 games, though the decision on which city gets which year is going to happen in a couple of months.
LA is ready to throw these Olympics in 2 months if we were asked, or 2 decades if it came to that.
The last time the U.S. hosted a Summer Games was in 1996 in Atlanta. So what does all this mean for Utah and its quest to host another Winter Games? News specialist and our Olympic specialist, Alex Cabrero, live in Salt Lake City tonight. Alex, what do you think?
You know, Dave, traditionally the IOC would not award the same country back-to-back Olympic bids. So the thinking was always if LA got the Summer Games in 2024, then Salt Lake would skip the 2026 Winter Games and go for 2030. However, now that LA may get the 2028 games, that would impact Salt Lake City for 2030 or even 26. Of course, with the IOC now breaking tradition and awarding 2 cities at the same time, those old rules may no longer apply. Today was a happy day for the mayors of Los Angeles and Paris. The International Olympic Committee voted to award both cities the 2024 and 2028 Olympics.
They're thrilled we're one step closer to making that happen.
But the IOC will only go along with the deal if both cities can decide between themselves who goes first.
We look forward to working together, maybe not in competition, but collaboration with Paris. To be clear, we're competing for 2024.
Either way, those who would be involved in a future Salt Lake City bid are interested to see what happens.
But at least that now sets the table for summer decision being done. And then that'll allow winter to become a discussion.
COLIN HILTON is president of the Utah Olympic Legacy Foundation and says Salt Lake could host the 2026 or 2030 games, especially since all of our venues from 2002 are still being used.
Athletes come from all over the country and the world to train on them. Why wouldn't the Winter Games want to come back to Salt Lake, given the right chance and the timing?
But the timing has always been tied to Los Angeles and 2024, which could impact Salt Lake going for 26 or 30.
Traditionally, yeah, you wouldn't have the same continent getting a back-to-back games 2 years apart.
However, Jeff Robbins, the director of the Utah Sports Commission, says now that the IOC broke tradition and awarded 2 cities at once, the old rules may no longer apply.
So, you know, from our perspective, we're just going to stay the course. And we're going to continue doing everything we have done so that if an opportunity, well, it could be 2026, 2030.
Now, the U.S. Olympic Committee says it is still too soon to think about any potential winter bids. In fact, spokesman Mark Jones said, quote, "We're exclusively focused on our bid to bring the games to Los Angeles." And Dave, as you mentioned, the final decision on the 2024 Summer Games between L.A. or Paris, that will take place this September.
Well, we do know that if they ever do want to get back to the money-making business for the Olympics, Salt Lake has proven a model to be successful.
That's right. You got to come here. Absolutely.
All right, thanks, Alex.
Residents